Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. It's 1 p.m. and yes, we should start. I am happy to welcome you to yet another meeting of Seaside Toastmasters Club. Yeah, Seaside Toastmasters Club. We are adept at
I don't know what the other meeting is. You don't tell
Hi,
me.
Toastmaster
I
there.
said,
Can you please mute? What we do here is to improve ourselves in public speaking and leadership abilities, and we do that as peers. If you are here, I can tell you that you are in the right place. Yeah, Seaside Toastmasters, we hold our meeting on the first and second Saturdays of every month. Yes, today's meeting is holding on third Saturdays. We could not have a meeting on the first Saturday of this month because we wanted everyone to enjoy the holiday in full. And here, before we start, I am going to lay down some ground rules. Please stay muted throughout the call unless when you are expected to speak. For everyone who will be speaking or playing a role, we expect us to support them with your chats, your virtual applauses, or you can show us your video and give us a beautiful smile. We would love to see them. To move forward, I'm going to share my screen to show the Toastmasters promise, and we all read out the Toastmaster promise. You can stay muted while I do the reading on behalf of everyone. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition program, to act within a Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. So we have promised. To move this meeting forward, I will invite to the virtual lectern the president of Seaside Toastmasters Club. He is an experienced advertising and business strategist. He serves on the board of some technology-driven companies. He is passionate about technology-driven solution and community service. He joined Toastmasters to improve his public speaking and leadership abilities. Yes, I'm leading the virtual lecture to Toastmaster Ebube Modi, the president of Seaside Toastmasters Club.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kudos Adebayo, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Thank you for calling today's meeting to order. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon, and welcome to the second meeting of Seaside Toastmasters Club in 2025. We are happy to have you here. It's always a delight to be in Toastmasters meeting. Why? Because we have yet another opportunity to learn and to grow. Learning, according to the wise, they say, is endless. This means that we will continue to learn in every phase that we get to find ourselves in lives. And in today's virtual meeting, we're going to be sharing the virtual meeting with a community of learners, a group of people who have resolved in their mind to continue with the passion to learn, to continue with the passion to grow, and to continue with the passion to contribute in their personal and professional lives. And I'd like to welcome us to today's meeting. And in this meeting, I'd like to encourage us to please participate. Participation can be in different forms. In as much as we are learners, there is a no judgment zone. When you are called up to speak, kindly participate, kindly speak. And when you are called up to play a role, please do it with panache. The mission of Toastmasters International and Seaside Toastmasters Club is to create a positive and supportive learning experience where members can develop their leadership and communication skills, thereby resulting to them becoming better communicators and better leaders. The theme for our meeting today is Make It Happen. Yes, make it happen may mean a lot of things to a lot of people. However, by virtue of the year just starting, I understand that a lot of us have made different resolutions. New Year resolutions to try to see how to achieve the individual goals that we have resolved in our lives to do. And I also understand that a lot of us are tired of making New Year resolutions, so they want to take the year as it happens, right? So, but what I know for sure is that every one of us on this call has a goal, individual goal they intend to achieve, either weekly, biannual, monthly, or something. And for you to achieve that goal, you need to be intentional about the goal you have resolved to pursue. You also need to leverage on the community, more like a support system. And Toastmasters International gives us this opportunity to have a community of learners, people who have resolved in their own personal and professional growth. So when you align with the Toastmasters vision, it gives you the opportunity to assess this community of learners to help inspire you, to help you achieve your individual, personal, and professional goals. And I'd like to encourage us in the course of today's meeting, please try and do everything possible to maximize the time you're going to spend in today's meeting. We do not take this time for granted. We understand how busy your schedules are, but we can assure you that today's meeting has been well planned by a team of seasoned executives from the Vice President Education, VPM, the secretaries, the treasurers, the sergeant at arms, everybody, all hands have been on deck to help make that today's meeting is an exceptional meeting. So please open your mind, try to see how to participate in the course of today's meeting. By the powers vested on me as the president of the Seaside Toastmasters Club, I hereby declare today's meeting open. And in every typical Toastmasters meeting, we have someone who pilots the affairs of our meeting. But before I go into that, I like us to know what the inspirational quote is for today's meeting. I understand that a lot of us will be wondering, is there no inspirational quote for today's meeting? Yes, there is inspirational quote for today's meeting. And the inspirational quote for today's meeting is that the future depends on what we do today. And that is by Mahatma Gandhi. The future depends on what we do today. So in as much as we want to make things happen, we need to start making those little steps today so that we can achieve the goal that we were envisaging to see before the year runs out. That being said, in every typical Toastmasters meeting, we have a moderator, an anchor, someone who is going to transition us and hold us in the hand to go through the individual programs that we have lined up for your growth today. And that person is the Toastmaster of the day in Toastmasters meeting. But in the social event, that person can be referred to as the MC or the host or the anchor of an event. And I'm going to be introducing that person to take over from me. And the Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting is a seasoned Toastmaster. And this person likes to dabble in different hobbies, such as reading, watching movies, and gisting. And this person is the Vice President Education of the Total Energy Lagos Toastmasters Club. And this person believes in modeling the 3 C's, which include calm, cool, and collected, and is basically an engineer with a twist, combining her technical skills, reservoir engineering skills, with the ability to connect, communicate, and collaborate effectively with others. And our Toastmaster of the day is an exceptional lady. Please join me, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as we welcome a distinguished, a delectable, an exceptional, an excellent Toastmaster to take over from me, Toastmaster Igolo and Niebe. Toastmaster Igolo, over to you.
If not, I know that it's me you were introducing. I would have thought you were talking about someone else here. Unfortunately, they have already done your introduction, so I cannot return the favor so soon. But no problem. Thank you very much for that introduction. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to another day's meeting in Seaside and Luminous Toastmasters. Today is going to be a wonderful day, a day where we learn how to make it happen. And of course, where we inculcate such quotes from Mahatma Gandhi going forward in 2025. And we're supposed to kick it off with a bang. Of course, I will not be working alone. I can't do this task alone. I have a very astute team with me. And first off, I'm going to introduce the general evaluator, who is none other than TM Ebube, who has just finished washing me, but unfortunately, I cannot wash you yet. We'll do it later in the meeting. But TM Ebube is going to introduce his team and people that are going to be working with him during this meeting to make sure that the meeting goes on smoothly, on time, and is enjoyable for everyone. TM Ebube, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day, for calling me back to the virtual lecture. So the general evaluator, the typical essence of the general evaluator in a Toastmasters meeting is to help maintain the standard that Toastmaster has established for each meeting. So we're going to be doing checks and balances on how the activities played out, on how well we're able to maximize our time, on how well we're able to align with the Toastmasters program quality to that effect. And at that, I'm not going to be doing this alone as well. I have my tag team, and I'm going to be introducing them so that they can introduce their roles. And then I would come back and then hand over control back to the Toastmaster of the day. And my first role player on the list is the grammarian. And the grammarian is a seasoned architect and founder of Design Catalog Limited. He is a Nigerian-based firm delivering top-notch architectural and project management services across Africa, with a passion for creative, ethical, and high-standard designs. He brings over a decade of experience to the table. He holds a degree from Obafemi Awolowo University and University of Lagos, plus a certificate in entrepreneurial management. He's built a reputation for contemporary and modern designs that prioritize simplicity and boldness. Olusegun contributes to industry growth through mentorship and community engagement, and in his free time enjoys billiards, socializing, and envisioning innovative projects. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, please join me as I welcome Toastmaster Olusegun Ibitoye as a grammarian for today's meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Olusegun.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ebube. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope we're having an amazing day. The few people I can see with their cameras on, you guys are looking amazing today. Good afternoon. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm the grammarian for today, and my responsibility is to pay close attention to all the speakers, listen carefully to their language usage, and I'll take note of improper language usage as well. If there are outstanding words or quotes, I'll be noting that down, and when I'm called upon later on, I'll speak about that and also mention the people that use those quotes and words. As the grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word for today. And the word for the day is personable. Personable. Personable, you can define personable as it's of a person, as having a pleasant appearance and manner in the way they do things. So an example is a personable leader can inspire loyalty and trust amongst team members. A personable leader can inspire loyalty and trust amongst team members. Another one is TM Ebube has a personable demeanor when giving his speech. TM Ebube has a personable demeanor when giving his speech. Each speaker for today, both the prepared speech and the table topic sessions, and also my fellow role players are encouraged to use the word of the day today. So I'll come back later on to give my grammarian's reports when called upon. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, our grammarian, for gracefully introducing the word of the day and doing it with so much energy and delight. Now you know the word of the day, personable. Please try to infuse it, even when you chat on the comment section, and try to see how to infuse the word of the day in our meeting today. Our next role player is the accountant for today's meeting. And the accountant works in a commercial bank. The hobbies include sleeping, reading sometimes, and the interests include food. The favorite quote is, greatest risk in life is never to take risk. Greatest risk in life is never to take risk. Please join me with a virtual round of applause as I welcome our accountant for today's meeting, Toastmaster Miriam Machi, to the virtual lectern. Toastmaster Miriam, the virtual lectern is yours.
Good afternoon, Toastmaster everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for that warm introduction. My name is Mariam, and I'll be taking on the responsibility of the accountant today. My role as an accountant is to listen to what the speakers say and mark down on a chart any inappropriate word or sound that has been used as a space filler or a crutch. And during this meeting, I'll listen to overused words as well. This could be but, so, you know. I'll also pay attention to and I'll note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase. This means that at the end of the meeting, I will come back and report the number of times that each speaker has used these expressions when called upon to do so. Thank you, Toastmaster Ebube, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Miriam. Would have loved to see your face, but it's all good. Well done. Now you have heard from the accountant, you have also heard from the grammarian. Please be mindful of pause fillers while you are giving your speeches. Now I'll quickly move on to our timer for today's meeting. And our timer for today's meeting is a health underwriter and actuarial analyst, passionate about universal health coverage, and he is a Toastmasters Triple Crown Award winner. Please join me, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as we welcome Toastmaster Kudos Adebayo for the explanation of his role as the timer for today's meeting. Toastmaster Kudos, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you very much, the General Evaluator, for personally introducing me. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Timing, as you know, is the heartbeat of any great meeting. And today, I'll be serving as your timer. My role is to ensure that every speaker gets the time that they deserve, and they will not get anything more. So I'll be playing my role with 3 cards. You will see a card behind me from time to time. Green cards shows that you have spent the minimum time allotted to you. Yellow, that means you have spent the midpoint between the minimum and the maximum time allotted to you. While the red card shows you spent the maximum time allotted to you. We are going to be having icebreakers today, which is 4 to 6 minutes. Once you spend 4 minutes, I will show my green card. 5 minutes, I'll show my yellow card. And 6 minutes, I'll show my red card. For other speeches, that will be 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll show my green card. At 6, I will show my yellow. And at 7, I will show my red card. For table topics, that is between 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show my green card. 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll show my yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll show the red card. For evaluation, that is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show my green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will show my yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will show the red card. Once you see the red card, you have 30 seconds to round off anything you are saying. I will also be timing every role player. Please look at the time that is being allotted to you on the agenda. Once it's spent, I'll show the red card. Thank you very much, and over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster. Kudos, Adebayo, for a very clear explanation of your timing rules. So that is all from the tag team. At the end of today's meeting, we'll come back and give our report on how well we have fared with the entire meeting. And at that, I'm going to be handing back control to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Igolo Aniebe. Toastmaster Igolo, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Thank you to your team. We look forward to having a wonderful meeting. I can see that the team is filled with personable members. Gamiri, I hope you're hearing me. Okay, so in Toastmasters meeting, we have 3 segments. One is the table topics, the second is the prepared speech, and the last but not the least is the evaluation. And every section is as important as the other. In this meeting, we are going to start with the prepared speeches and then make our way over to the table topics and then do the evaluation, because in Toastmasters, evaluation is very important. Our first speech is an icebreaker, like TM Kudos mentioned earlier. And this is perfect for today's meeting, which is make it happen. So you know that you have to take gentle steps to become that Toastmaster that you want to be in future. And we have evaluators that are going to introduce our speakers when it is their turn. Our first speaker for today is TM Blessing Popola. I hope I pronounced that right. I apologize if I didn't. And her evaluator is TM Abibat Oyeniyi. I want to introduce TM Abibat. TM Abibat is a software engineer, and she has a strong passion for personal growth. Outside of coding, she enjoys good food and values making new connections and friendships that enrich her broad spectrum of interests. She joined Toastmasters to improve her leadership and communication skills, and I'm sure that Toastmasters is most likely helping her achieve that goal. So over to you, TM Abibat, to introduce the first speaker of today.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for the personable introduction. Today, I have the privilege of evaluating Toastmaster Blessing Popola's icebreaker speech. And the objective of her speech is for her to introduce herself to the club so we can get to know her, and also incorporate basic public speaking skills in our speech. So TM Blessing Popola, break a leg. Thank you. Toastmaster of the day, over to you.
Thank you very much, TM Abibat. So TM Blessing, over to you, please.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My icebreaker speech, against all odds. Have you ever wondered, has life ever dealt you a punch? Sometimes in life, we face those moments that left us reeling, questioning everything and trying to find our footings again. Remember, it is in this moment of adversity that we discover our true strength. Come, let's delve into how I turned my life challenge into a stepping stone for growth and resilience. I will tell you a short story about my childhood. As a child, did you ever imagine what life will be like when you grow up? For me, the thought of becoming very successful was all that decorated my tiny little mind. Some people will call it fantasy, isn't it? Growing up, I had the thought of becoming very successful. I thought about the opportunity that one day I will lend to nations. I even believe that in the future, cars will run on water. Obviously, this dream as a child was not an easy ride. Growing up, I got my inspiration of becoming very successful from my auntie. She was a hardworking and industrious woman. She was personable. She is a very versatile and prosperous businesswoman in the early 80s. Unfortunately, her life was short-lived. When she eventually passed in the early 90s, my whole world came crashing down before my eyes. But I never let that awful experience deter me from achieving my dreams. I had a very difficult childhood growing up, where my family could barely afford paying our fees, going for vacation, and sometimes traveling for shopping. I am from a very large family with 8 other siblings. My mom was a trader and my father was a military officer. The meager income we had could barely see us through school, but I never allowed my financial situation stop me from achieving the dreams of going to school. After my secondary school, I remember vividly one event. That event was the decision to accept the admission to study mineral resources engineering in the university. That decision marked the turning point in my life. After graduation, I got a very good job that kept my family afloat. Against all odds, I worked hard, thanks to the power that be. When I graduated, I became a better person. My experiences has shaped who I am and have given me the opportunity to understand that every stepping stone or every stumbling block is a stepping stone for greatness. It all depends on how we handle it. Life is all about choices, and we live or die by the choices we make. In summary, I have learned from experience that if I don't give up, I will one day achieve my dreams, no matter how long it takes. And experiences also have taught me that winners don't quit, and quitters don't win. Just like the saying goes, he who fights and runs away live to fight another day. Thank you for listening.
Wow. Thank you very much, TM Blessing. Thank you for telling us such a personal story. And true to the purpose of your speech, I would say that you have fulfilled your project, but I will leave that to your evaluator to do a better job. Winners don't quit and quitters don't win. We have a lot of mantras for this 2025 going forward. That is the truth. Thank you once again for such a wonderful speech. And congratulations on your icebreaker. Our next speaker, I hope you guys are still as excited as you were at the beginning, is TM Abisola Lekon Akambi, who is going to be evaluated by TM Francis Mokolu. And TM Francis Mokolu is a Triple Crown Award winner. Wow. An ACB and ALB holder. He loves to wear a smile so the world can smile back at him. He's an experienced accountant, and when he's not balancing accounts, he loves to listen to alternative rock music and watch Arsenal Football Club. That means you're a strong person in Nigeria and an Arsenal supporter. You're actually a winner, TM Francis. So over to you to introduce the speech purpose, TM Francis.
Thank you very much for the warmth of your introduction, the Toastmaster of the day. It's great to see you as well. So it is a delight to evaluate Toastmaster Abisola Lekon Alabi, and I know it will be a delight. Inspire your audience. I remember when I did similar projects way back in the traditional manual. So Toastmaster Abisola Lekon, the purpose of your speech is to inspire the audience. The speech should be engaging and the speaker entertaining or moving. The speaker should be aware of the audience response and adapt the speech as necessary. If the member appears to be talking at the audience instead of interacting with them, they are not fulfilling the objective of the speech, a caveat then. So Toastmaster Abisola Lekon, I want to be inspired, and I know you will inspire me today. The Toastmaster of the day, take it away from me.
TM Francis, are you running away from your position already? Thank you very much for introducing the speech purpose. And before I forget, please don't forget to use the love notes for all our speakers. So we have had only one speaker so far, which is TM Blessing. So please use the love notes and leave comments for her on how either she can improve or what she did wonderfully. So our next speaker, TM Abisola, is a legal practitioner and presently the Chief Legal Officer and Company Secretary of a group of companies. And TM Abisola enjoys enlightening women on how intimacy with God can help them become all that they were created to be on a journey to greatness. That's beautiful. Her goal is to become the have-it-all woman of global influence and impact, and she's blessed with a loving family, an amazing husband, and 3 blessed boys. I'm sure that they are truly blessed. Over to you, TM Abisola.
Steve Maraboli, a writer, motivational speaker, and behavioral scientist, once said, "You were put on this earth to achieve your greater self, to live a life of purpose, and to do it with courage, honor, and integrity." Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Abisola Lekon Akambi, as I have been introduced. As I journeyed through life, at some point, I asked myself the critical question, Abisola, who are you? Why are you here? What are you going to do differently to make your world a better place? That's how my journey through self-discovery, self-acceptance, and self-expression started. In my quest to find out who I am, I went through several self-awareness courses. As I continued on my self-awareness courses, I realized that everything that I am stems from inside of me. First of all, what are my passions? What are my pains? What are the things that make me who I am? And I started to ask myself so many deep questions. In the course of asking myself these deep questions, I couldn't find answers to them. I couldn't find answers to them on my own because I needed to first of all understand what it meant to be self-aware. To be self-aware, I had to do so many courses. And as I did the courses, they helped me understand what it means to discover yourself. So the first thing I discovered was that my expressions, the things that I like, the things that I have gone through in life, the problems I have solved and I am able to help others solve, are those critical clues that I needed to get to where I wanted to go. I started focusing on my passions. I realized that being a lawyer wasn't happenstance for me. It was an expression of what my purpose was leading me to. Being a fun-loving go-getter, a friend, a loyal friend, a loyal sister, or a loyal whatever it may be, had its part to play in who I am. Being able to empathize deeply with people on any issue, especially when it comes to painful experiences, was also a critical clue that I needed to take into consideration to discover my purpose in life. As I continued on this path, I was still amiss as to the essence of all of these things. I found myself so endeared to people who had experienced pain in a way that they could not ordinarily communicate. I had the gift of burden bearing. I had the gift of listening with empathy. I had the gift of being able to feel, even though I hadn't been through those experiences. I packed that as a nugget to think and ponder on so that I could continue on the journey of self-discovery. As I journeyed on in my search, I realized that my skills of researching, my skills of writing, even if it was a poem or even a letter, were also relevant in the discovery of who I am in this life. I took time out to reflect on what all of these things meant to me. And I found out that one word that captures everything is, Abisola, you are a person of influence and a person of impact. And your impact is multifaceted. And you have to explore who you are to the fullest to be able to live a life of purpose. I have so many dimensions. Abisola the lawyer, Abisola the spiritual enthusiast, Abisola the fashionista, Abisola the general merchant who is able to sell anything, Abisola the one who authors books, Abisola the one who loves to cook and food blog. In a world where we have limited time, I wondered how I would be able to harness all of this. And I went into deep introspection with my maker. And he said to me, I am the creator of the whole world. If I stopped at creating just one single thing, Other things would probably never exist. So I can assure you, whatever you set your mind to do, you are capable of achievement because you are made in my manifest image. And that gave me a lot of consolation that notwithstanding the fact that there is just 24 hours in a day, I can fulfill and be all that God made me to be if I would take one step at a time and if I would cheer myself on and make that step or the time I dedicate to it fulfill its purpose. Again, let me refresh your mind on the quote by Steve Maraboli. He said, "You were put on this earth to achieve your greatest self, to live a life of purpose, and to do it with courage, with honor, with integrity." I always say to myself, if Michael Jackson had decided not to sing the song Speechless, which I love so much, I could never have heard it. If all of the people that own shops abroad did not express their passion in fashion, I wouldn't be wearing this gorgeous jacket that I am wearing now. I ask you today, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what are you passionate about? What are your goals? What impact do you want to make in this world? How do you want to leave the world better than you met it? Are you going to shine your light? Are you going to hide it under the bushel? Are you going to make an impact? My call to action for you today is think deep, introspect, be all that you can be. The world is waiting for you to manifest. Thank you very much, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As you live your life to the fullest, achieve your purpose with courage, honor, and integrity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, TM Abisola. Just take one step at a time. That's the song that came to mind as you started saying that. Truly, asking yourself key questions and putting both work and money towards achieving your set goal is the way to make it happen. Thank you very much for such a wonderful speech. I'm sure TM Francis will do a justifiable job in evaluating you. And we're moving on to our final speaker of the day. Our final speaker is TM Adewumi Obakoya, and he is going to be evaluated by TM Francis. So TM Francis, over to you to introduce the speech purpose.
So thank you once again for calling my humble self a personable person like yours sincerely, Francis Mukolu, to the lectern, to the delight, to evaluate. I call them the two musketeers of Seaside Toastmasters Club. The evaluation results for the first, by the way, the second, I think they have similar objectives. So I will want to, for want of time, I will quickly relinquish control to the Toastmaster of the day. Since it's same to inspire every one of us, I simply just want to be inspired. Toastmaster of the day, please do the introduction of the speaker.
Thank you very much, TM Francis, for helping us to save time. So TM Adewumi Obakoya is the recipient of the prestigious Jeremy Bentham Award from the University College London, managing partner of the law firm Legal In. She's an experienced legal compliance and corporate governance professional with project, business, and commercial experience. Wow. She has an outstanding record of delivering excellent legal and operational outcomes. Her expertise spans international joint ventures, venture capital, development capitalists, and regulatory and licensing regimes. And we're here to learn from yet another legal table. The floor is yours, TM Adewumi.
You're
She's
muted.
muted.
You're muted, ma.
I'm so sorry. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy
Good
New Year.
afternoon.
It's
Happy New Year.
exciting to be back on this platform. This is my first speech in like 5 months. So I'm excited to speak about this topic. To start off my speech today, I will do a quick exercise. If you have ever found yourself feeling like you were standing at the edge of an ocean and not sure whether to jump in or where to jump in, or if you've ever set a goal for yourself and not sure of where to start or what to do, type a quick yes in the chat box before I continue my speech today. Okay. Fantastic. I can see yes for some people. Now, that is just to establish that we all are not alone on this journey of self-discovery. Tony Robinson, a renowned author known for a lot of his bestsellers, among which are Awakening the Giant Within, once said, and I quote, the limit to your impact is only limited by your imagination and your commitment. Your impact is only limited by your imagination and your commitment. I once had the dream to be an eloquent speaker. For years, I've always known that I had a fear of public speaking. And I knew it was something I wanted to work on. I knew I was a smart lawyer. I go into meetings, I sit at board meetings, and I speak so eloquently. But when it comes to this one thing, giving public speaking and speeches, I freeze. I shy away from it. In fact, I run away. When I have public speaking opportunities, I just avoid it like a plague. Until I joined Toastmasters. And I started acquiring the skills and the mentorship to do better, to be able to speak to you like I'm doing today. So at the beginning of this year, I decided to do a self-audit on how far I've come, my journey thus far. And I gave myself a pat at the back. Adeomi, well done. You've taken a step. You've started this journey to becoming an eloquent speaker. But while giving myself a pat on the back, I also understand and acknowledge that, well, I'm not where you've taken a step from point A to point B, but are you where you want to be? And the answer to that for me was no. I realized that there was still room for improvement. And for me to really pinpoint where I needed to improve on, I needed to do a self-audit on what I've done so far. So what I realized when doing my self-audit was, I had the skills now to prepare my speeches, to rehearse my speeches. I would write my speeches out. I would give my speeches in front of an imaginary audience or to my kids, my friends. I would discuss it with my mentor, sometimes TM John. And then when the day to give the speech came, I realized what I was doing most of the time was reciting what I'd written back to you. So I found myself most of the time trying to recite my speech word for word, paragraph for paragraph, line for line. And I know that in my journey to being an eloquent speaker, that was not the way to get to my destination. That will get me to where I see myself in a couple of years. So, and I remember during that self-audit moment of mine, a statement TM John made to myself and TM Abisola in one of these mentoring sessions. And I'd written out my speeches. So I was showing him, okay, I've written out my speeches, you know, and he said something, well, I don't really write out my speeches. I just have my points and I go with the flow. So remembering that, I said to myself, Adeomi, your call to action this year is to do better. Move from where you are. Can you move from point A, not being able to speak at all, to point B, being able to stand in front of an audience and somewhat give a good speech? Now you need to do better. Be the best version of yourself. And to do that, move away from reciting your speeches, somewhat of memorizing them and giving your speeches out, because you can speak. You can actually deliver a speech without trying to memorize. It's just all in your head. You're just afraid of not making mistakes. You know, I gave myself those pep talk, and I said, I'm going to do things differently this year. I'm going to prepare for my speeches without necessarily writing them out line by line, so I don't get carried away and come here and recite what I have read or crammed to this audience. It's going to be a disservice to myself to continue to do the same thing and expecting a different result. So this is me trying out speaking to you today without having written it down and just going with the flow and my points. And doing this, it gives me a sense of fulfillment and a reassurance that you have what it takes. We don't have what it takes to be as great as we can. And like my quote said when I started, the limit to your impact is your imagination and commitment. If you can dream it, you can definitely, most definitely do it. I will conclude my speech today while waiting for your fantastic feedback by urging each and every one of us today to take account, do a self-audit, let's challenge ourselves, have a free mindset, and set goals for ourselves, because self-development is the key, the most important key to self-discovery. And only when we have truly discovered ourselves can we really impact anybody, can we live a positive and impactful life. So fellow Toastmasters, let's conquer. I wish everyone the best of 2025. Let's be the best version of ourselves. Let's become the best version we can be. And like Tiama Bisola said, the world is ours for the taking. Thank you very much, everyone. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, TM. Thank you very much, Adeomi. That was such a wonderful speech. Honestly, I think from the first speaker to the last, we have been inspired through and through. I don't even need to watch any other inspiration video, read anything. I've gotten my dose of inspiration for the month. Thank you to everyone. It has been a wonderful time listening to you guys tell us your stories and tell us to be inspired for 2025. Next up, we are going to take the votes for the best speaker. If I'm correct, VP, we're going to take the vote for the best speaker, and I believe a poll will come up soon on your screen. Yes, awesome. So please vote for who you believe touched you the most, even though we're all inspired by the three of them. Okay. Sam, could you please confirm if we are good with the votes?
Only 50% has voted.
Okay, so let's give them a bit more time to... Please vote for the speaker that you feel impacted you the most today.
We are good now.
Awesome. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Next up is our networking break, which is going to last for 5 minutes. So that should be interesting. Please let us get to know ourselves, introduce yourself, talk to somebody. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to coordinate that explicitly. TM Kudus.
I think we can just stretch, or those that want to meet themselves can also do that.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So we have a 5 minute stretch break / networking break, and we'll be back by 2 o'clock.
PMOD, it's 2 p.m.
Thank you very much, accurate timer. So I hope you guys have all been able to at least stand up, stretch, and take a break from sitting down. Now we're going to continue with today's meeting. Please, like the grammarian has said, let's use the word of the day, personable, as much as we can, as he is a personable person. Grammarian, I hope you're hearing me. So we are moving on to the second segment of today's meeting. Like I mentioned earlier, we have 3 sections in a Toastmasters meeting: a prepared speech, table topics, and an evaluation. So now we are moving on to the table topics session. And this table topics session will be chaired by someone who we call a table topics master. And today's table topics master is none other than TM Dara Lanlehi, who is, let me do her introduction, she's very important. She is a lawyer and a one-time secretary of Lighthouse Prestige Toastmasters Club, and she joined Toastmasters in 2009. Wow, that's beautiful. She loves Toastmasters, socializing, writing, and reading, and she has won Best Table Topic Speaker at area level contest. And she's a past vice president membership of Lighthouse Prestige. As a former winner, I cannot think of a better person to chair this session. So over to you, TM Dara.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. So, as a table topics master, my role is to help everyone be able to speak off the cuff. I have a list of questions, and I'm going to explore this in 2 different ways. I'm going to give people the opportunity to volunteer, and I'm also going to select people to speak. Now, I encourage everyone within the limits of time to participate, because the table topic session is that way of speaking when you're not entirely prepared and speaking effectively and efficiently. So it's training that speaking muscle that there was no preparation for. So please, I enjoin every single person to participate within the limits of time. Now, the theme of the day is make it happen. So my questions fall within that bracket. I'll give 1 second to a volunteer. And please indicate in the chat box. If not, I'm going to pick people. But 1 second, counting down, we're at 30 seconds now. Actually, no, there's nothing less than 1 second. Okay, I don't see any volunteers yet. 1 second is over, and going to the list of participants, I will be selecting Toastmaster or guest Toju Adijumo. Are you on the call today?
Yes, I am on the call. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I didn't hear the question or what the request
I haven't
was.
asked the question yet. So you're good.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. So the question, in line with the theme of the day, and first of all, you're a guest or a member, as I'm a visiting.
I'm a guest. It's my first time.
Okay. Oh, I love it. Please have absolute fun with this. So my question in line with the theme of the day is, why do you love what you're doing? And if there's anything you can do to change it, what would you do? And this might relate to your personal life, your professional life. You have, I believe, 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Okay, so personally, I like to garden. I'm a bit of a gardener. I love to garden. I love to nurture things. I like to watch things grow. What I love about it is planting seeds or propagating plants and nurturing them and watching them grow and participating in all of that experience. What I'll change is if I could do it more often and not being held back by being a mom or having to go to work, and having more time to engage, because I think it really does help me personally in my growth, my personal development, and even with my mental health. Yeah.
Thank you very, very much, guest.
You're welcome.
Intending member Toju Adejumo. Thank you very much. My next question.
Thanks.
And am I seeing volume? Oh, fantastic. Excellent. This is incredible. Toastmaster Olusegun Ibitoye. Yes. So my question for you is, when was the last time you tried something new? And please let us know whether you are a guest or member.
Good
No,
afternoon.
you're a guest. You're a member. Sorted.
Yes, I'm a member. Good afternoon once more, everyone. My name is Olusegun Ibitoye, and it's amazing to be here. And by the way, your talk is so personable, and your presentation. All right, so the last time I did something different, something daring, was 4 months ago, when I traveled to Kigali in Rwanda, and I went on a zip line. It was not something that I would just wake up and decide to do, but it was in the spur of the moment that I decided to do that. And it was so refreshing. I mean, yes, I had those fears before I started, but by the time I was in the middle of it, I was like, oh, well, I mean, God forbid, but if anything would have happened, it would have happened already. So I weathered it all the way to the end. And when I came down from it, because it was a zip line that was over like a hill, and the drop was like a lot. I can say the drop was over 200 meters for people that know distances. So yes, that was something different. That was something exciting, and the adrenaline rush can't be compared to anything. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Toastmaster Ibitoye or Olusegun. Thank you very much. My next volunteer is Olatunde Oriola, and I'm not sure if that's a guest or a member. So as you're answering the question, please indicate. My question for you is, when it's all said and done, will you have said more than you've done or done more than you said? Toastmaster guest Olatunde Oriola. Okay. In that case, there's room for a volunteer, or someone that I will pick. And that person is Ennie's S21 Plus. Ennie's S21 Plus. Please be personable and take up the gauntlet, the challenge, and respond. Okay, maybe not. Moving on very quickly to
Hello.
Hey Jinadu. I want to say Nawao, but and Nawa in the sense of wow, should I say I'm at loss for words. Someone should volunteer, but I found someone else actually, Michael Onyekwere. Venture where no other person has ventured. Attempt this challenge. Oh, my pep talks do not seem to be working. Any more volunteers? Let me go back into the volunteer section. Any volunteers? Okay. Even I. Thank you very much. Olatunde Oriola, thank you. So I'll repeat the question again. And the question is, when it's all said and done, will you have said more than you've done or done more than you've said? And please introduce yourself, whether you're a guest or a member. Okay. Toastmaster or guest Emeka Iziagu, please go ahead. I cannot seem to hear Toastmaster Olatunde.
Emeka, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Please introduce yourself as a guest or a member.
Yes, this is my first time in a long time. I used to come to Toastmasters a while ago when it was a hotel, but I haven't gone in a while. And I kept getting all these mails, and I decided to actually show up today and see what's about. So yes, I love the question. So what I would ask is, if it's a personal question, I have to answer it like in a way that is personal to me, or if I could answer a general question. But then
It's
again,
a general question. Just if you want to answer it personally, then that's fine. If you want to answer it generally, that's fine.
when it's all said and done, I like the question because it's a very reflective question, and it caught me unawares because I haven't really had the question before. But I do think, going by the way my life is structured now, I'm sad to announce that I might have been saying more than I'm doing. It's an embarrassing thing to admit, but it's what it is. I certainly would fall at the have said more than I have done. But I'm working, as we all are, a work in progress, to move to the other bracket, which is to have done more than you've said. But great question nonetheless.
Thank you very, very much, Toastmaster Emeka, or guest or Toastmaster Emeka. Yes, I'll say that. Just to feed into what you just said, it happens and there's the realization, and I'm sure that going forward, things will change. Do we have timekeeper for any more speakers?
No, we don't. It's 11 minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kudus. So I'm going to hand over to the Toastmaster of the day. But before I do that, I'll just refresh our minds as to those who participated and their questions. So we had guest Toju Adejumo, and her question was, why do you love what you do and what would you change about it? Then we had Toastmaster Olusegun Ibitoye, and his question was, when was the last time you did something different and daring? Finally, we had Toastmaster, long-term Toastmaster Emeka Iziagu, and his question was, when it's all said and done, would you have done more than you've said or said more than you've done? So I'll hand it back to the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, TM Dara, for such an interesting table topic session. And thank you for refreshing our minds on the people that answered the questions and their respective questions. So please, if we can have the poll up so we can do the votes. Thank you. Okay, everyone, so the polls are up. Please vote for who you believe answered their question aptly in this table topic session. We have 2 minutes for this session. Timer, please let me know when the time is up or when we have enough votes.
Yes, you have enough. You can go on.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So congratulations, everyone. We have gone through 2 sections of our Toastmasters meeting today. We have enjoyed prepared speeches and we have seen people speak off the cuff in the table topic session. And now we are going to move on to the evaluation session. Like I said earlier, evaluation is the spice of life for every Toastmaster. And we are going to inculcate that in today's meeting as other meetings where we will evaluate both the meeting and the speeches and the table topics. So I'm going to hand over control to our general evaluator, none other than TM Ibube, our able president, who is going to champion this session. Over to you, TM Ibube.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Igolo, for masterfully anchoring the entire session. Well done to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon and welcome back to this segment. This segment is the general evaluation segment of our meeting. We need to get feedback. We need to know how we are fared with time. We need to know how we are fared with post fillers. We need to know if we even did well, is in the word of the day. And this is what this segment is all about. And at the end, I'm going to give a general evaluation of our meeting. And before then, we would begin with the speech evaluation segment of our meeting. And I'm going to be calling on Toastmaster Abibat Oyeni to give her evaluation for Toastmaster Blessing Popola. Toastmaster Abibat, can you confirm you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Thank you.
The virtual lecture is yours.
Okay. Thank you, General Evaluator. First off, I would like to congratulate TM Blessing for taking this first important step in our Toastmaster journey. We all know it takes courage and peers to come up on stage and give speech. Well done, TM Blessing. You've done well. So diving into the evaluation section, right? First off, to begin with, I would just like to say, I love your speech title, Against All Odds. Even before I listened to your speech, so something I was already looking forward to, Against All Odds. When we hear Against All Odds, it's something positive. It gives something that seemed unlikely or impossible to happen. And in the end, you succeeded at it. So we're able to connect. We're able to connect with your speech, with your story. When you said you came from a family of 8, you had a major income, but because of your focus and determination, you're determined to succeed, you succeeded. So we're able to connect with your story. Well done, TM Blessing. Also, when you're giving your speech, this is a virtual meeting, and for an icebreaker, I love the fact that you stood up when you gave your speech. It shows confidence. It shows you are well prepared for your speech. It also showed your camera presence was personable. Your gestures were within the camera frame. So I would like to commend you for that. Also, there were a lot of anecdotes that we could connect with your speech. So well done, TM Blessing. Like they say, the biggest room for improvement is the biggest room. And for every good speech, there's always something you can improve on. For instance, I think I'll first like to recommend that, in your speech, maybe you should be incorporating vocal variety. For instance, when you're giving your speech, you mentioned like you had a role model. That's your aunt. She was hardworking. She's somebody you look up to. But I mean, she was short-lived. You know, if you had like kind of incorporate vocal variety, when you said she was short-lived, that means she died, she didn't stay long, and maybe all the things you expected, you didn't. I mean, you expected to get a lot of things and learn a lot from her. It didn't get to happen, but she died. So you could have just kind of expressed that, like you could have emotionalized it. Maybe you were sad at that moment. So you didn't give that facial expression. Another thing was your pace was steady. You could have like it's still vocal variety. You could have kind of highlight the highs and the lows. That means increasing your pace when like there's something good, something nice, or maybe in the sad moments, maybe just kind of you did it in your pace. Because when you kind of incorporate vocal variety, it kind of give depth into your speech. Overall, TM Blessing, you've done a great job. You've met the objective of your speech. You've met the objective of your speech. Your speech was your the title of your speech was fitting, as it shows that determination and through hard working and determination, it leads to success. I would just like to implore you to keep giving more speeches. The more you do, the better you become. And also, you have a great spelling skills. We are looking forward to like you giving more speech so you can inspire us with your future speeches. Thank you, TM Blessing, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so
I'll join
much.
you later.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Biba. Please, let's celebrate her. Please use the react button. Let's celebrate her, celebrate her. In Toastmasters, we celebrate people. We love to celebrate people because that is the only recipe for them to continue to put in the effort. And I will quickly move on to our next speech evaluator. He is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Abisola and Toastmaster Adewumi. So he can just take them immediately after he finishes one. And he has been introduced before. So please, fellow Toastmasters, with a virtual round of applause, please join me as I welcome Toastmaster Francis Mukol to the virtual lectern to evaluate both Toastmaster Abisola and Toastmaster Adewumi. Over to you, Toastmaster Francis.
Immense appreciation, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day, a personable and amiable Toastmaster, General Evaluator, and Mr. President. So it gives me delight once again to be in your faces to evaluate our one and only legal luminary, Toastmaster Abisola. What a way to begin your speech. You were put on this earth to achieve and be your greatest self, to do it with courage, with purpose, with honor and integrity. Please, can we use the react button to applaud, to commend, to give some accolades to Toastmaster Abisola? I'm doing that. We think it's easy to put together a speech. Thank you. Thank you very much. So she went right on point with her speech. She asked some questions. Abisola, who are you? What is your purpose? Your spoken language during the course of your speech was very clear. We could follow you throughout your speech. Your eye contact was on point, and you look intently into the camera, which endeared some audience connection, which is very key for any speech. Wonderful gestures. We could feel your gestures all through. You appeared very relaxed and calm. This is not your first speech. It indeed showed you are very personable. For a level 3 project 2, we do not expect anything less. You told us about your journey towards self-discovery and how you did quite a plethora of courses until you delved into law. And from law, you became a jack of all trades and master of all. Very well done. You said you had so many gifts of empathy, gifts of being able to, of planning and so on. Some areas of improvement alternate your gesture. I think your gestures was one-dimensional. When you said you're a lawyer, I wanted to see, I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. A fashionista, a cook. I wanted to select your gesture, or you can say a lawyer, a cook, an author, and so on. Alternate your gesture. And at introduction, you mentioned your name, the Toastmaster of the day, and your speech evaluator has done that. Maybe you can take that away. Your introduction can be punchy. You have to inspire us, and it is very necessary you do that from your first set of words. Conversation with your maker, and you use the same tone. I wanted to hear, Abisola, who are you? What is your purpose? Something different from your normal voice. Ask more questions. You are personable. Questions we can relate with. Pauses also can help. Pause more and hit the nail on the head. I heard some cranking plates in the background. I think you made me hungry, Toastmaster Abisola. Please try to watch your background as you speak, so you don't lose your audience, because it's very, very important as you inspire us in the course of your speech. Very well done. The world is waiting for you, waiting for me, waiting for you, Toastmaster Kudus, and every one of us. Thank you very much. I'll jump right into the second evaluation. Please, let's use the react button and comment, applaud, shower some encomiums for Toastmaster Personable Adewumi. Very well done. Thank you again and again for your speech. Lovely use of question at inception. How many of you have been at a crossroads, at a sea, and don't know the next step? Immediately, I said, Francis, I said yes, I aligned, because misery love company. And I joined your company immediately. And you told me how I could take the next step subsequently. Your impact is limited by your imagination and commitment. A quote by Tony Robinson. When you inspire your audience, it is admonished that you make use of quotes, inspiring, powerful, and forceful quotes that your audience can relate with, that can spur them on, that can activate some form of energy in them. Very well done. And you did that, Toastmaster Adewumi. Story sells, as we say in Toastmasters. Without stories, people tend to forget what we have said. And today, I will forever remember how Toastmaster Adewumi transitioned from reciting into actually speaking. And she told us how she was able to do that during the course of her speech. She told us as well to take action, to ensure there's self-audit, and because self-development leads to self-discovery, areas of improvement, streamline. At a point, I was lost as to the direction of your speech. Was it towards speaking and not reciting, or was it towards living a life of purpose, finding your dream and fulfilling your full potential? Tell us the benefits, why we should speak and not recite. Tell us more, Toastmaster Adewumi. Like I've mentioned, pauses will help. At conclusion, take some pauses and reinforce your message, the essence of your speech. I want to see that you are doing well with your decision to actually speak and not recite. Kudos, well done. I look forward to your next presentation, the General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Francis. Please, can we celebrate Toastmaster Francis for the masterful evaluation given to two people? Well done, well done. Thank you so much. Now we're going to move to the evaluation segment for the table topics portion of our meeting today. And
what about votes?
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. IPP. So I'm going to be rolling out the poll for the best evaluator. So today we had 2 evaluators. We are going to be voting for just 2 evaluators because one evaluator evaluated 2 people. So the poll is coming up shortly. Please, the person who you feel did justice to the evaluation, please kindly vote and kindly vote. Yes, the voting poll is up. I'd like to encourage us to kindly just hit the button, vote. Yes. Thank you so much. The vote is coming in and it's coming in so well and good. Thank you so much. Right now, I'm going to be moving on to the evaluation for the table topics portion of our meeting today. And I'm going to be calling on the table topics evaluator. And our table topics evaluator, I'm going to be reading out his profile. Please permit me to pull up his profile. So our table topics evaluator he is a registered surveyor. In fact, he's a seasoned Toastmaster. He is a mentor and he is a leader. He provides surveying services to help individuals and organizations with their land procurement and title registration needs. He is the immediate past president of Seaside Toastmasters Club. His hobbies include playing chess, exploring poetry, and watching sitcom. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, please, with a virtual round of applause, join me as we welcome Toastmaster Ibrahim Ajani to evaluate the table topic segment of our meeting. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, our very personable general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Ebube, Mr. President himself. My name is Ibrahim Ajani, and I am the table topics evaluator for today. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you very much to our table topics master, Toastmaster Dara Lanlaying. It's always a pleasure to have you at Seaside Toastmasters Club. You are a competent table topics master because you are a table topics champion. So you know what it's like to excel in table topics. Your questions for today were in line with the theme of the meeting. You had a nice video and audio setup, which elevated your already personable appearance. Thank you. I think the table topic session was fantastic. If there's any recommendation, it's that some people raised their hands during the session, probably because they've spoken before, you didn't really want them to speak again. But I still feel like it's important that you acknowledge the hands that were raised and maybe just address them as to why you didn't feel like having them speak during the session. During the course of the table topic session, we had 3 respondents. And the first person that responded to a question was our guest, Toju Adejumo. The question was, why do you love what you're doing? And if there's any reason to change. Our guest, Toju Adejumo, dived in straight away. She said she loves to garden. She's a gardener. And she was passionate and enthusiastic and seems very knowledgeable about the subject of gardening. And she really emphasized the importance of gardening and mentioned that it is very good for her mental health. What would I like for her to do better? I think her response was very brief. She's very knowledgeable about the subject, so I would have loved for her to keep talking, at least to the maximum limit of 2 minutes, which was a time frame for tip topics. I think she could also turn on a video. That would have helped us to get a more positive impression of what she was talking about. But all in all, Toastmaster, our guest, Toju Adejumo, I keep calling you Toastmaster. It was good to have you at Seaside today, and I hope that you're going to come around more often and keep gardening. Our second respondent for today was Toastmaster Olusegun Ibitoye. And the question asked to him was, when was the last time you did something different? Our Toastmaster Olusegun Ibitoye is a very confident speaker, and he dived straight in. He told us about going on a zip line in Kigali, Rwanda, and how he was nervous in the middle, but he had to weather it to the end. I think his response was interesting because going on a zip line is quite a thrilling subject. What would I like for him to do better? I think I would have loved for him to be more detailed. Not everybody knows what a zip line is. I would have loved for him to describe exactly what a zip line is and the feeling, the rush, the adrenaline rush you get going on a zip line. I would have loved for him to be more descriptive, more detailed about that. But all in all, Toastmaster Olusegun Bitoye is a very eloquent and enthusiastic speaker, and I hope to hear more from him in future. The final tape topic respondent was our guest, Emeka Ezeagu. And the question that was asked to him was, when all is said and done, would you have done more than you have said? Guest Emeka was very appreciative and he expressed his admiration for the question. He was quite modest and reflective. And he really said that maybe he thinks that he has been saying more than doing more lately. What can he do better? I feel like the response that he gave us was quite too brief. He could have honed in on a specific goal and talked about how he has been talking more about achieving that goal than actually taking the actions to achieve that goal. So we encourage you to be more elaborate, more emphatic, more detailed with your response. And also, most importantly, guest Emeka Ezeagu, turn on your video. Would have loved to see your face while you were answering that question. Guest Emeka Ezeagu, you seem like a very well-spoken person, and we hope to have you at Seaside Toastmasters Club more often. All in all, I would like to say, to the Tape Topics Master, fantastic session. Well done. We'd love to have you at Seaside. And to all our respondents, guest Tojo Adejimo, a first-timer, good to have you. Toastmaster Olusegun Bitoye, a fantastic speaker yourself, well done. And to guest Emeka Ezeagu, a pleasure. And from me, it's back. I would like to hand over the control of the meeting back to the general evaluator for today, Mr. President, Toastmaster Ebubedike. The lectern is yours.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ibrahim Ajani, for gracefully delivering value to every of the table topics speaker that had come up on stage to speak. Thank you. Please, let's celebrate Toastmaster Ibrahim, please, with a virtual round of applause. Use the react button to celebrate him. Thank you so much. So we quickly move on to the next segment of the evaluation portion of our meeting. And that next segment is getting to call upon the role players to give their reports. Recall that initially when we began the meeting, we had a tag team that introduced their roles to us, and they also promised us in the introduction that they were going to come back to give us a report. Now, this is going to be the time for them to give us the report on how well we have used our time, how well we have infused the word of the day in our speeches, and how well we're able to navigate this, how well we're able to use or not use the counter effect in our speech. So this time I'm going to be calling on the grammarian to give us a grammarian report, and I'm going to be calling on Toastmaster Miriam Machi. Toastmaster Miriam, can you confirm you can hear me?
Olusegun.
Toastmaster Olusegun, can you confirm you can hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
All right, the virtual lectern is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, personable TM Ebube. So I would like to refresh our memories. The word for the day is personable. And the definition first is of a person, not a thing or an object, of a person, having a pleasant appearance and manner. So the synonym can be amiable, but a word like pleasant can be used for maybe a situation or a person. So that's the difference. I just wanted to quickly put that out there. So 9 people used the word for the day. And of those 9 people, TM Igolo Anebo used it 3 times. She typed it twice on the chat. TM Abibat Oeni used it once. I disqualified the other one. TM Francis Mukulu used it 6 times. That's twice on the chat. TM Ebube used it once on the chat. TM Kudus used it once on the chat. TM Ajani used it once on the chat and twice while speaking. When I say chat, I mean the chat box on Zoom. TM Olatunde used this once on the chat. TM Dara Lanley used it once. Then TM Olusegun used it once. All right. So 2 ways that it was used that did not really qualify. Someone said a personable table topic session. Then the other person said the camera was personable. So those are like the improper use of the word of the day. Now, going to quotes and thoughts and words that I liked. TM Blessing Popola said, winners don't quit and quitters don't win. I thought that was remarkable. TM Francis Mukulu used words like caveat, immense, and plethora. TM Abisola Lekon Alabi used the word endeared. TM Adeumi Obakoya had this quote, your impact is only limited by your imagination and your commitment. That will be it for today from me, your grammarian for the day. Thank you so much. And I feel everybody was one way or the other personable during the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the grammarian, for our meeting. Please, let's celebrate him. Celebrate him on using the react button. Thank you so much. I'm going to quickly move on to call the next role player, our accountant. And I'm going to be calling on Toastmaster Miriam Machi to the virtual lectern to give us her accounting report. Toastmaster Miriam, the virtual lectern is yours.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Happy to be back to give my reports. I must say I've missed having these meetings because I listened attentively to pick out the filler words, any as, but it was really difficult. There's been a lot of improvement. And it was really difficult to pick out any of these things from the personable speakers for the prepared speeches, as well as the table topic session. Even when Toastmaster Dara didn't have any volunteers, she tried so hard and I did not hear any filler words. The only person who fell victim to this towards the end is yourself, Toastmaster Ibubi, where I think you're about to introduce me. And then you said that, however, through the entire session, it was really difficult to pick out any filler words, any as or any ums. Thank you for making my job easy today. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the accountant. Don't worry, I won't do it again. So we'll quickly move on to our next role player, the timer, our accurate timekeeper. I'm going to be calling on the virtual lectern, Toastmaster Kudos Adebayo. So please join me, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as we welcome Toastmaster Kudos Adebayo to the virtual lectern. Toastmaster Kudos, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. I think if you look at the clock, you know you are doing very well with time. The Toastmaster of the day has been very good. She was brief and ensured that we are at this point at this time. For the prepared speech, Toastmaster Blessing spent 4 minutes 35 seconds. Toastmaster Abisola went overboard, spent 7 minutes 40 seconds, and Toastmaster Adeomi, same thing, 7 minutes 43 seconds. For the table topic speeches, guys told you spent 31 seconds, you didn't reach the minimum time. Toastmaster Olusegun spent 1 minute 29 seconds, and Toastmaster and guest Emeka spent 1 minute 7 seconds. For the evaluation, both Toastmaster Abibat and Toastmaster Francis for the first time, and for his first evaluation, went overboard, spent 3 minutes 42 seconds and 3 minutes 46 seconds, respectively. But for his second evaluation, he spent 2 minutes 42 seconds. That's the time. Well done to everyone. And over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kudos, our able timer for today's meeting. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, please join me to celebrate every of the role players, the evaluators, the role players. Please, with a virtual round of applause, let us celebrate them. Let us celebrate them. Thank you. Celebration is part of the things we do in Seaside Toastmasters Club. Thank you. Now I'm going to be giving the general evaluation for our meeting. Today's meeting was full of energy. We had so much to learn from the meeting, and in line with the team, we were also able to introduce new things that also enhance the quality of our virtual meeting. I'd like to mention that the meeting started by 1 p.m. on the dot, which I'd like to say a very big thank you to the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting and the Vice President Education for Seaside Toastmasters Club for making it happen. I also like to mention that the role players were all knowledgeable about their roles. They did their due diligence, they did their background work, they were able to liaise with their mentor, and it showed in today's meeting because they had good knowledge about what they were supposed to do and what they were not supposed to do. I also like to commend our speakers because the preparation showed in today's meeting. They prepared, and well done to them, and also well done to their mentors. I'd like to mention that since we are having a virtual meeting, getting to also use the chat box, the comment section would be nice. And I like to reference this to the grammarian. I feel that immediately you introduce your word of the day, it would also be nice that you post it to the comment section on Zoom. And it's something that you could constantly post on the comment section so as to help people to not forget that they have to use the word of the day. It can also spur people to begin to communicate on the WhatsApp group as well. I feel that the networking session that we introduced is nice, but I feel that there needs to be some work that has to be done to tighten things up, because at some point it seemed as though it was just a break, like it was just a blank session. Perhaps an activity has to be populated on it, perhaps maybe creating breakout rooms for people to get to, express themselves. So that particular session, we need to tighten it up because it looked so open in the networking session during the networking section of our meeting. I also feel that the Toastmaster of the day should always, try to tell people what Toastmasters is all about, public speaking, leadership development club, because at the peak of our meeting, I think we had 36 or 38 members on the call, most of which are guests. Some of them don't have a prior knowledge of what Toastmasters is all about, right? Getting to reinforce that, what Toastmasters does, who we are, and the essence of gathering, it can also help the people that have joined to know, yes, we are currently in the right meeting, and they can easily assimilate with what is happening in the meeting. I also feel that perhaps before the voting, timing rules, where perhaps the timer should be called upon to ask, to be asked if the speakers kept to time or if they did not meet the minimum time asked, right? So, and Yes, and generally the meeting was electrifying because we had so much knowledge to learn from the depth of speakers that were able to participate in today's meeting. And that is my own report from my end. And I'd like to encourage us to continue to participate, really, because when we keep doing it, we keep getting better at what we do. According to Joyce Mayer, a Christian author, she said, and I quote, that we should keep showing up and we should do it afraid. And that is going to be my report as the general evaluator from my end. I'm going to be handing over control back to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day, over to you. Please welcome her with a round of applause.
Thank you very much to everybody for such an effective evaluation of the meeting. And thank you to your team members also for delivering such a lovely evaluation, both for our speeches and our table topics. Today's meeting, like our general evaluator has said, was electrifying and definitely one filled with different learning actions. And the theme of today was apt by saying make it happen, and our speakers encouraged us and gave us quotes that we could use to actually make it happen in our various lives. So I'll say thank you very much to Seaside Toastmasters for having me as TMOD of the day, and I would say on to the next meeting. Thank you, and hand over control to the president, TM Ibube.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Igolo and Ego, for the electrifying segments that you anchored. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. Please, can we all celebrate ourselves? Please give ourselves a round of applause. Yes, it's not easy. It's not easy to spend 2 hours, and we still have about 28 people on the call. Thank you so much for still staying with us. Now we're going to quickly wrap up the session, and then we adjourn today's meeting to February. And we're going to be moving on to celebrating people, exceptional people who have improved. That is the most improved speakers, the most improved evaluators, most improved table topics speaker. And today we had the prepared speech segment. We also had the evaluation. We had the table topic segment. And from your votes, we're able to identify people who have improved drastically in their speech. And we're going to be celebrating them. I'm going to be sharing my screen. And I'm going to be sharing my screen to announce the winners who you have voted for. And in today's meeting for the prepared speech segment, we had 3 speakers who participated in the segment. And it is my delight to announce the most improved speaker, Toastmaster Abisola Lekan Akabi. Please, with a better round of applause, let's celebrate Toastmaster Abisola. Congratulations, ma. Right? You came back and now you are bagging the award. Well done. We are so happy for you. We will learn from you. And our next segment is the table topics portion of the meeting. And our winner for that segment is Guest Toju Ademoju. Please, let's celebrate Guest Toju. Congratulations, ma. Congratulations as a guest to win the table topics portion of our meeting. Well done. And the final segment of our meeting was the evaluation segment. And we have Toastmaster Francis. He is a mentor, my leader. Celebrate Toastmaster Francis. Congratulations, congratulations. Congratulations to every of the winners. We're going to be sending this award, your winning plaque, to you after the meeting. I'm going to quickly give a summary of some announcements, and then we close today's meeting. In today's meeting, we experienced people who had done the work, people who made it happen. This meeting wouldn't have happened if people did not commit, people did not take ownership, and if people did not take that responsibility to go in, discuss with their mentors, do the research, and come on stage to play 1 or 2 roles. And we'd like to celebrate our first-time role players. And I'd like to celebrate Toastmaster Abibat. Abibat evaluated our icebreaker speech, and she's doing it for the first time. Please, can we celebrate Toastmaster Abibat? Well done, Toastmaster Abibat. Congratulations for you for stepping up on this. We also like to celebrate Toastmaster Olusegun Ibitoye, our grammarian. He did it with panache. We celebrate you, Toastmaster Olusegun. Congratulations and well done. We also like to celebrate Toastmaster Miriam Maji, our accountant. Well done, Toastmaster Miriam. You did fantastically well, and I'd like to celebrate you as well. So these are some of the benefits in Toastmasters. We get the opportunity to participate in different learning phases, and playing roles is a phase in Toastmasters, and we'd like to celebrate all our new role players, and we'd like to also encourage them to please continue to play roles. Also, I'd like to celebrate some of our members that completed their levels. In Toastmasters, there is something we call Toastmasters pathways. So it's like a curriculum. So in the regular world, is a curriculum that you are being given in the educational system. Here in Toastmasters, we call ours a pathway. And we have people who go through the pathways, they get to know what their speech objectives are supposed to be, and then they go and present it. So we'd like to celebrate 2 people who completed their Toastmasters pathway, and they are Toastmaster Abibat. Congratulations, Toastmaster Abibat, for completing level 1. We also like to congratulate Toastmaster Chidalo. Congratulations, Toastmaster Chidalo, for completing level 2 on your Toastmasters educational pathway. And lastly, when you join Seaside Toastmasters Club, you are given a charge to give your first speech. And your first speech is called the icebreaker. And today, we were able to experience a speaker who spoke for the very first time, and she is no other person than Toastmaster Blessing Popola. She joined us recently, and she has already taken the bull by the horn to start giving her speeches. The fire is already there. Please let us celebrate her for delivering her first speech, her icebreaker. Well done, Toastmaster Blessing. Congratulations, and we look forward to you getting to speak again. Well done. Thank you so much, everyone who played roles to help make today's meeting to be the best that it is today. We'll continue to enhance Seaside Toastmasters meeting and its quality. Our next meeting is going to be in February, and it's going to be in February 1st, 2025. And that meeting is going to be our speech contest. Now, when you join Toastmasters, International, you benefit from the different levels. And when you get to a particular level, you will also advance to getting to participate in speech contest. Speech contest is going to take you away from your club, where you are going to compete with members from your club, members from different clubs. And then you keep advancing from your club level, area level, division level, even till when you get to United States of America, right? So that is one of the advantages we have in Toastmasters International, because it's a learning curve. We also have people scattered all over the different clubs in the world that are also learning as well as we are learning. So there is an option, an opportunity for us to compete. And that is what the speech contest is. And we have people that are going to be competing. And in case you're a Seaside Toastmasters member and you have interest to compete for the speech contest that is going to be happening in February, please kindly reach out to the Vice President Education, Toastmaster Kudus Adebayo, or Toastmaster Wendy Chiwendo Obona, so that you can indicate your interest and they can also follow up with you. Our next meeting is on the 1st, and our second meeting, we're going to communicate it with you, because we're going to be having club officers training. Club officers training is the training that we get as ESCOs, executives, so that we can be able to maintain the Toastmasters quality in delivering our meeting. So we're going to the division to go and jot down things, to go and learn what we are supposed to do and what not we are supposed to do. And for members who have interest to perhaps participate in the club officers training, it's open to you as well. You can also come and learn, right? Perhaps you have interest to be an executive in Seaside Toastmasters Club or any of the Toastmasters Club. It's open for you to also have the opportunity to learn and also be more equipped on the executive level of Toastmasters International. So at that, we're going to be communicating with you when our second meeting for Seaside Toastmasters is going to be happening. And that is the updates that we have for today. We are going to be communicating every other update on the WhatsApp channels that we have established, as well as our social media handles. So by the powers vested on me as the president of the Seaside Toastmasters Club, I'd like to draw today's curtain to a close, and I'd like to bring today's meeting to a close. And if you are a guest, please stay behind because we have a pep talk. Somebody is going to tell us some things about Toastmasters International, particularly Seaside Toastmasters International. And if you want to become a member and if you have specific questions you'd like to ask, the next segment is for you. So please wait behind. So by the power vested on me, this meeting is closed. Thank you so much for joining our meeting. Thank you. Yes, Toastmaster Miriam.
Will that be myself or Mariam? Okay.
Yeah, Miriam, okay. I don't know if she's still on the call.
But she's not on the call.
Oh, okay. Our IPP is here now. What are we going to do without our IPP? Our IPP, I don't know if it would be a good time if you can help us speak to our guests.
All right. No problem, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I was gonna say that we didn't recognize the PQD, but he has just dropped off.
Okay, sorry, PQD is here.
It was there, but he has
Oh,
dropped off.
very sorry, very sorry. I'm sorry about it. Sorry.
It's okay. It's gone. All right, Mr. President, great meeting. It's nice to have been a part of this meeting. Madam Area Director, if you cannot recognize the PQD, at least you can recognize Madam Area Director.
Area Director is still here. We didn't know. We didn't know. Sorry. Emma Binu, ma. Emma Binu, sir. Honestly, you know, these Zoom calls, when you are in the meeting, you are trying to jot down things and doing multiple things. Madam Area Director, sorry. Please, ma, apologize. We apologize for it. And welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. The idea was not to be recognized, but no problem.
Thank you.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
New Year. Do you have any word of advice for us, Madam Area Director?
Not really. Keep doing what you're doing. My eye is on the dashboard. But I'm not surprised by what you've been doing. Seaside has always been a formidable club. So all I have to say is just well done, and you are a motivation to other clubs. You've done so much, but I'm not surprised again because you have fantastic club officers, well picked, very dedicated club officers from the president to sergeant of arms. So well done, and just keep doing a good job.
Thank you very much, Madam Area Director. It's always a pleasure to have you. And special recognition, of course, to our TMOD Toastmaster Igolo and our legend, Seaside icon, Toastmaster Francis. And with that, we'll be segueing into guest introduction. I'd like to call on the guests to, thank you, Tim Francis, to one by one introduce themselves. So the first guest I'll be calling upon is our guest that responded during the tip topic session, guest Emeka Iziagu. If you're on the call and you can comfortably turn on your video, please do. But if not, kindly unmute and introduce yourself to us. Guest Emeka.
Sorry, guys, I can't turn on my video because I'm in transit at the moment.
Okay.
But I will be in the next one, and there'll be a lot of videos to turn on. Anywho, my name is Emeka. I've been going to Seaside Toastmasters for a minute. Well, I took a break, a long break, over a few years, but I have been going back in the day. and I just resumed again because of the barrage of emails I've been getting. And I decided to just drop by and see what's going on. And from the look of things, I certainly will be sticking around. I am a creative professional. I work in advertising and marketing, and I have been doing that for a couple years.
All right. Could you tell us your impression of today's meeting?
I loved it. It was good. It was very eloquent, although the usage of the word personable was very interesting to me and how it was applied by different people in different places. I will say this, it's a very good practice. I remember I learned the word, I learned the word, was it platitude? From Seaside Toastmasters, and I learned it back in the day. It was, so I see that the thing is still very much alive, and I'm enjoying it. I'm just enjoying the different usage of this new word, personable.
Thank you very much, guest Emeka. Good to have you